Hello, welcome everyone. As you can see, I'm with Izzy. I'm Izzy. And today we're gonna build this. Shiny, pretty, and he likes it. So let's get to it.
You don't care about the bark? You don't want it on?
It's probably gonna have to. Some of it's a little loose, so.
Like if you don't want it on, I want to take it off.
Just take it off.
Okay.
Well, as you can see, I'm not at Izzy's right now.
Yeah, so that was pretty easy.
The first step happened way before I got to Izzy's house, and this is it.
We gotta figure out how we're gonna clamp this thing up.
Say hello, Ty.
Ty Moser from the Monolocal Workshop. I've got a whole bunch of videos ready to go. I'm milling stuff up. That's what I'm doing.
When we're milling this.
I'm just gonna set my scale, make sure that it's set right. And then I'm gonna come and measure this and come down and just cut right in half. That is as low as I can go. So one of them will be just a slight smaller than the other, maybe a 1/16 of an inch or so. But we could probably throw it through the drum center. It's a 1936, 38. All right. So are you good with that?
Yeah. So the lowest setting that Ty could go on cutting that piece in half kind of created about a 1/4 of an inch difference in the two pieces. So I'm running them through Ty's drum sander to try to get the two pieces to match as best I can. This is Sadie from the Awesome Orange. And I'm at her garage. I'm gonna use her joiner. So as you just saw, I used Sadie's joiner to give me a clean edge to glue both of these sides together. Best clamping job, but it's gonna have to work. Yeah, except that it didn't Well, actually it did, but my original plan was to ship this to Izzy, but that didn't happen. So I had to take this on the plane with me, and, well, this was too big. So I had to cut it in half, and it wasn't the best job, and that's because I used a jigsaw. Time was short, and I had to get to the plane. Okay, so now we're back at Izzy's shop again. And as you can see, we pulled the bark off the edges, and there's just a little bit remaining, which Izzy is trying to scrape off as best he can. Wasn't going so well with the tools he was using, so we changed to the wire brush wheel, and there you can clearly see that did the trick. On the left here is James from Linden Tool Company, a Maker's Playground member. He stopped by to hang out for a while, and we also put him to work. And thanks to my wonderful fast cutting job, Izzy is now going to be repairing that with his little clever 2x4 cutoffs to use as clamping mounts. Knocked off those clamps, took off the little 2x4 mounts, and now you can see blue job came out pretty decent. Just need to sand off all the hot glue or wood glue that's remaining on the surface. An easy way to get rid of the hot glue is actually to heat up the tip of this chisel and just kind of slowly scratch it away. Now I sanded here quite a bit. One, obviously to get rid of the glue, like I said. But two, to get rid of any offset between the two sides. You can see a little bit there where my arm is. It's kind of sticking up on one end. And also, because I never sanded it after the drum sander, and when we put it through the drum sander, it wasn't with the grain, so you can kind of see the lines. So I'm sanding with 60 grit right now, and then I'll go back up to, I think, 120. So you can see I already covered some of the cracks with some CA glue. And I'm applying this black putty actually for the second time. I had already covered some of the knots. I can't remember the name of this putty. I believe the CA glue was Starbond, but this putty works pretty good for filling in larger holes or cracks. And as you can see, I went crazy with it. And then it was once again back to my good old friend sanding. But I won't bore you with showing that all. I do want to show this sanding. Using the disc sander here to kind of shape the edges to make it a little more round and even a little more realistic, as if this was one piece rather than the two pieces glued together. So like I want this to come to a point, and I want to get rid of some of the harder edges on the bottom side. And on this bottom edge, I was trying to match the angle and curve of what was naturally there on the other side. Now this piece of wood is walnut, and I know it's like a big no-no to try to stain walnut because it's already pretty dark. But I do actually want to try to darken up some of those spots, like especially where the putty is and all that. So this is a dye that we're going to try to do. But I say try because it didn't really work. It actually caused some kind of like scaling effect to it, which I was able to sand off. But it just didn't come out right. And you can see the kind of scaling effect I was talking about. It's just this pattern that's over here, kind of on the left side. But as you can see, a little sanding took it away. Because of using the dye and all the sanding and whatnot, we started to notice a little bow in the wood, so just putting some braces on there to kind of correct that. So my second attempt here was just using a light stain. I barely put much on to this rag, and it's basically just enough to bring out the color, and that's pretty much what I wanted. I mean, it's darkening it a little bit, but it's bringing out the color nicely though. What I really wanted this thing to do was to darken up that putty because it was looking kind of gray, and I would like it to be more black, and it did the trick. And I went a little darker on the edges. And to just kind of finish it up, just put on a nice clear coat. And now we're driving back to Arizona, prior to visiting Izzy. I'm now visiting Doug at Artfully Rogue at his shop, as he is going to help cut out some of the metal parts for Izzy's sign. And that's because I'm still dialing in some of the settings on my plasma cutter. Fun things about having the plasma with the water table is trying to find all the pieces after they got cut out. You sit in the water and they get all rusted, and in this case that's fine, that's what I wanted, but in other times this might not be what you want. And yeah, it's fun times. I just thought this shot was kind of cool because you can see the water drying and then turning into rust. I think this is about 20-minute time lapse. And here we're cutting out kind of the support layer that will hold all the pieces we cut out previously. Kind of just bringing off, chipping off any kind of little dross, as they call it, little bits of metal that are left over on the backside from the cutting of the plasma. Finally, for the first time, get to see how this all looks. And if you would just make a mental note, right here you can see that both A's are there, and that'll come into play a little bit later. So here we are back at Izzy's again. So this is that support layer that we just cut out. So we want this layer to be clean, and then the layer that's going to go on top of it is going to be more the dirty side. Well, maybe not dirty, but like grunge, I guess would be a good word, with some rust. So as we mentioned before, that this metal part of the sign is going to be kind of on a standoff. So Izzy here's cut out some dowels and is using epoxy to attach them. So then it became my turn to glue this piece onto the sign, and well, this happened. Here we go. Hang on, I should move the camera up. Izzy Swan, everybody. Izzy Swan.
Yes. All right.
Somebody.
Serious eyeballs. Here we go.
Yeah.
Give me the top. You take the bottom too. Oh, be careful. You're drippy. It's all right. You'll be all right.
Can you wipe that off?
Yep.
Remember when I told you to make that mental note? Yeah, so we're missing an A here. But in the long run, it actually worked out to our advantage. As you'll see, we came up with a better solution. And that solution is to make the whole word makers out of cherry. So we cut the letters onto CNC, which we left tabs on, and that way, you know, the letters don't move around as it's cutting them out. So instead, Izzy gets that job. Cut them out here and send off the tabs. Alright, so after giving the letters, even the metal ones, a nice clear coat, it's now time to glue these on to the support metal. Again, we'll be using epoxy. The one negative thing about the clear coat, at least on the metal, is it darkened it up a bit, but it also took away the reddish orangish color from the rust. So it kind of looks more like the same color as the walnut actually, which is not what I was going for, but it still looks pretty cool in the end. Adding the maker's word in cherry just adds that final contrast that the sign needed.
It's really cool. Very nice work. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very, very cool.
So as you can see, we finished the sign with a lot of people's help, actually. Just me and him. No, actually there's a couple of people I want to thank for helping me get my plasma up going and helping me cut out the wood and some of the parts of the metal. So I want to thank Ty.
Thank you, Ty.
Ty from Monoloco Workshop. Sadie from The Awesome Orange.
Thank you, Sadie.
And Doug from Artfully Rogue.
Thank you, Doug.
And of course, Izzy for allowing me to come down to the shop and stay in his home. And
thank you very much for coming. It was so fun having you here.
Yeah, it was awesome. Even this guy over here behind the camera. This is Chris. Yeah, Chris has been pretty cool to hang out with. So anyway, guys. As always, like, subscribe. Until next time.
You're so tall.
Can I get a chair?
Are you gonna fall over if you keep going down?
No, I was like,
we can get down.